Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you are fine. Now, in this video, we are going to study chapter number 6 for class 10th, that is the making of a scientist. As the name suggests, this chapter deals with a boy who later on becomes the scientist. So, this chapter studies about or tells us about the journey of a boy of his life from childhood till he becomes the scientist. Now, what is the meaning of scientist? Scientist is a person who does various types of experiments, who proves the things in the laboratory and then reaches to some conclusion. But when this child, the name of the child is Richard H. Everett. So when he was a child, he did not understand properly the meaning of the word scientist. He thought that any child or anyone, any person who takes part in various activities, that is a scientist. But later on, when he slowly grew up, gradually he understood that the meaning of a scientist means a person who does experiments, who has to prove something, and when he reaches to the conclusion, something which is valuable, which is fruitful conclusion, then only he is known as a scientist. This boy, since childhood, he was very intelligent. He was not only intelligent, he also was curious and eager to know about the things which is happening around his life, about the various types of facts. Now, when he was in class 3rd, he lost his father. So he was not having any brother, sister. He was the only son of his parents. So his mother was the best friend for him, and his mother used to take care of him very much. He was along with him, she was also involved in the various activities. She always tried to involve his son in the activities in which he was interested, because she knew that by nature my son is very curious, very inquisitive. So I should give him some opportunities in life, that he should grab those opportunities and he should take advantage of that, and he should learn something new. So every time he used to involve him in new activities, not in previous whatever he has done the same activity was given to him, but new different type of activities were given to him to do, so that he can learn something new, he can gain some knowledge. She was very proud of his son, and she knew that one day he will become a good person, something fruitful he will do in life. Maybe he will become scientist, because he was very much interested in science. And since childhood, he had the habit of collecting butterflies. He used to collect various types of butterflies, various species of butterflies. And one day, when he became a scientist, he gave some fruitful information was given by him regarding the butterflies. So let's start with the story. I hope it is clear. In short, I have given you a view that this story is about the journey of a child who later on becomes a scientist. Richard Abbott has received the Searle Scholar Award and the Scattering Plough Award for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. It was his fascination for butterflies that opened the world of science to him. Now, this child, whose name is Richard Abright, he has got 2 awards for biochemistry and molecular biology. Means both these awards were related to science. And he was very much attracted by the butterflies. Whenever he saw any new species of butterfly, he used to collect the butterfly and did some experiment with him. And in his home also, he has made a particular room in which he has raised the butterflies. Raised means he has grown the butterflies from the very small, when the butterflies are very small at a very young age, till they are grown up. Now there are various questions. Before starting the chapter, the author asks the questions. How did a book become a turning point in Richard? Means in his life, his mother has given one book. So how that book has proved to be a turning point for him. After reading that book, his entire life changed, his view changed, his attitude changed. So, how it changed? How did his mother help him? And how his mother, at every step of life, has helped his son to grow up, to be inquisitive, to fulfill his demands, to fulfill his curiosities. So, how all these happen? At the age of 22, a former Scout of the Year excited the scientific world with a new theory on how cells work. Now, when Richard was 22 years old, he has given a theory which was based on the working of the cell, how the cells work. And this theory has created a great turning point in science. Richard H. Everett and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. There were two people, one was Richard and one was his college roommate, college friend. They used to live in the same room. Roommate means two people who are sharing the same room. So these two students, they have explained the theory in an article. They have written in an article, and in that article they have explained a theory, and the name of the article was in the journal in which the article was published, the name of that was Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. This was a scientific journal, and in this journal they have written an article in which they have explained how the cells work, the working of the cell. It was the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of college students. Now, this journal always used to publish the articles of various scientists. For the first time, they have published the article of two students who were studying in college. So, this was the major achievement for both of them because their article was published for the first time, being the students. In sports, that would be like making the big league at the age of 15 and hitting a home run your first time a bat. Now, the publishing of article in the journal is compared to the group of sports club or teams playing matches among themselves. There are two teams who are playing the match, and first time they are playing the match, but they are playing very well. So similarly, first time their article was published, and this was the great achievement for them. And it was not only published, it has also created a turning point in the field of science. For Richard Everett, it was the first in a long string of achievements in science. Long string of achievements means since childhood till he become adult, he has gained various achievements. Okay, he had led to various types of contributions. So among this line of achievements, this was one of the major achievement. What? Publishing the article in a journal, scientific journal. And it all started with butterflies. Now, how this line of achievement started, what he had done, because of that he had achieved something, that was with the collection of butterflies. An only child, Albert grew up north of Reading, Pennsylvania. So, there's a area, the name of a town or city was Reading, in which he grew up. He was brought up since child. There wasn't much I could do there, he said. I certainly couldn't play football or baseball with a team of one. But there was one thing I could do, to collect things. Now, he was not having many friends. He was not having any friend circle, no social circle. So, for playing the football or for playing basketball, it is but obvious that a single child cannot play any outdoor game. You require friends for that. So he was not having any friend to play football and baseball. So how he used to involve himself? Apart from studies, whenever he got free time, he used to collect the things. Because nobody was there, no company was there to play with him. So what he used to do? He used to collect the things. Various type of things. So he did, and did he ever. He continued his collection. He was very much interested in that also. Beginning in kindergarten, Albert collected butterflies with the same determination that has marked all his activities. Kindergarten means when he was a very small child. From that age only, he started collecting butterflies with a determination, with some kind of purpose, some aim in his mind that why he was collecting butterflies. He had something target, and that has marked all his activities. Means whatever achievements he has done in his life, that was only due to this collection of butterflies. He also collected rocks, fossils and coins. He not only collected the butterflies, but he also collected various types of rocks, fossils and coins. He became an eager astronomer too, sometimes stargazing all night. He was an astronomer. He used to look at the sky. He used to gaze at the sky for a long time. Gaze means to look at something continuously. So he used to look at the stars also. Now there are two types of people in the world. Some people, if they are alone, if they don't have any company, they feel very frustrated. They think that we don't have anything in life to do. There's no excitement in life. And the other people are that if they are alone, if they don't have any company, they always try to utilize their time. What they can do from with their best. Okay, they try to do every possible thing. So Richard Abbott belonged to such a category that when he was all alone, he was not having any company to play football or baseball. He utilized his time in collecting various type of things like butterflies, coins, rocks, fossils, and all this collection one day led him to the great achievement. He became a great scientist, and he has proved something. He has given some fact, given some information by the collection of these things, especially butterflies. From the first, he had a driving curiosity along with a bright mind. Now, if a child is intelligent, that is not only sufficient for him. Along with intelligence, he should also have curiosity. Curiosity to find out new things, to learn new things. Because until and unless you don't have any curiosity or eagerness to learn something new, you cannot gain knowledge. So he was not only intelligent, he was not only wise, but also he was curious and eager. He was willing to learn something new. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. Now the mother knew that my child is very much interested in learning, so she used to provoke him. She used to provide him various opportunities. She used to involve him in various activities which encourage his learning. She took him on trips, bought him telescope, microscope, cameras, mounting materials and other equipment, and helped him in many other ways. Now all of you know that traveling is a great source of learning. When you go out, when you go somewhere, you observe the environment around you, surrounding you. You observe various types of activities which are going around you. So because of that observation only, you learn many things. So she has given him various opportunities to go on trips, to travel various areas. Then she also gave him telescope, microscope to see the minute things which we cannot see with our naked eyes. Then she gave him cameras so that she can click the photographs and learn something. Then mounting materials to climb on the mountains and other equipments. And all these things, whatever she provided him, that gave him a great support in his life to move forward, to learn something, to gain some knowledge, to become a scientist. I was his only companion until he started school, his mother said. Now, when he was not going to school, when he was a very small child, maybe 2 or 3 years, he was all alone. We have already studied that he did not have any friends, any social circle was not there, and neither he was having any brother and sister. So, who was his best friend? His mother. Whatever things he wanted to share, he always used to share with his mother. And after that, I would bring home friends for him. But when he started going to school, it was not that I tried to restrict him to myself. Oh, what happens? He is not having friends, so I am only his friend and I will always remain his friend. No, she did not think like this. She tried to call his friends at home so that he can have some social circle, social communication with others, because when you communicate in the society, then also you learn many new things which you cannot learn at home. So she tried her best to make involved in society. At night, we just did things together. Means at the night time, mother and the son, they used to do many things together. Richie was my whole life after his father died when Richie was in third grade. So when the child was in third grade means when he was in third class, his father died. So after the death of his father, the whole life was surrounded by means the entire center of the mother's life was his own son. She was only concentrating on him. And Richie means this Richard Albright. She called Richie. His nickname was Richie. She and her son spent almost every evening at the dining room table. Now dining room means at the night time during the this dinner time, both the son and the mother, they used to spend together the evening. If he did not have things to do, I found him work for him. If he was free, if he did not have any work, I used to provide him work, but not physical work, but learning things. It was not the household work that go and bring the utensils, wash this table, wash the floor. No. The work was not related to the household work. Which type of work? The work in which he gained knowledge, in which he knew, in which he learned something, in which he fulfilled his curiosity. His mother said he liked it, he wanted to learn. Because what was the reason for giving work to the child? That the mother knew very well that my child is very curious by nature, very inquisitive by nature. So if I will give him various activities to do, then he will learn something. He will gain more and more knowledge. The knowledge which is far different from the routine knowledge which he gets at home. So the remaining part we will do in the second part of the video. Thank you.